what were some of those things that you noticed before you woke up as an entrepreneur and be like, I gotta be the owner, I gotta go to the top here? What were some of those things that you were just like, hey, I gotta take things to the next fucking level? That, you know, maybe similar to us when we were just like, hey, instead of going to work a job out of college, we got to go start our own thing and do something like that.
Well, so one of the things that I'll tell you guys, and you guys haven't gone through this, but yours could be a little different. So I've been married for 17 years. Okay. I got my wife when I was in my 20s, and she's amazing. She's a CEO of her company. She's a savage. Dude, she can do 100 push-ups in a row. She can do 50 strict pull-ups. She's a savage. She'll go run 50 miles right now. She's a killer, dude. And she's 42, and she runs like she's 18. We got 3 beautiful kids. She's Mexican. She's just awesome. No, but I want to tell you something. I was working so hard on the job and building somebody else's dream, you know, which is fine, right? Like, you know, because that's part of the game sometimes. Sometimes you want to build somebody else's dream. And I could tell that I was leaving my family behind. I was working really hard. So you guys, you know, don't have kids, you're not married yet. Listen, you need to understand this. For older people, they'll get this. A lot of times we give it all we got. And then when you decide to have a family, if you're not there for them, they learn to live without you. They do. They literally learn to live without you. They don't see you because you come home when it's dark and you leave when it's early. And, you know, you're trying to build a business, which I don't think I had the definition of success nailed right. When I was 39, success to me was making money. And then I realized at 39, my wife reminded me, which I'll tell you right now. So my wife walks up to me. It was all very quickly how this happened. She heats the food up for the 15th time. And I keep saying, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. And she's like, fuck this, I'm going to bed. And, you know, like, dude, you don't want to do that, man. Because when you guys marry somebody who's really good to you, you don't want to be a piece of shit, man. Honestly, dude, I was trying harder on my business than I was on being a dad and on my marriage. And I was a great guy. And I was doing better than most. But that wasn't my standard. I've always been better than that. And what happened is business has gotten hard, so I needed to work more. But dude, at the end of the day, you got to keep your priorities straight. If I was to get sick, the only people that'd be there for me are my wife and kids. It wouldn't be my business. And I was putting my business way before them. And I was talking about always working on my business, and I wasn't talking about working on them. You know, I remember one time my wife said something. I was really talking to somebody on the phone, and I was all fired up, and I was motivated. And I didn't really catch this, but it was about a week or two before she goes, man, I wish I could get some of that. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, just have you fucking pay attention. And I'm like, damn, like I need to be present. Okay. I need to be present at home. Well, so I come home, and at this time when I'm 39, I'm chunky. Okay. I had hair. If you guys go to YouTube right now, you type in Andy Elliott, you know, you can go from oldest videos to newest. Yeah. Just go to oldest. And you guys are like, no fucking way. That's not Andy. And you guys are going to, you're going to shit, dude.
All right.
But I want to tell you, it's this homework for everybody. YouTube, go to oldest to newest, and you're going to see me before I transformed. And I was chunky. I had hair. I'm making money. I think I'm doing good. I'm fucking lost. I'm lost, dude. My wife should just left. I shouldn't have been. I mean, I was a good guy, but like, dude, she's a stud. And like, I'm just being an idiot, but she checked me. So if you guys want to know how I check people so hard now, because I know in order for me to get someone to move, I must trigger them in some way that pisses them the fuck off. Okay. And that's why you see me do it. And it works because it worked on me. And I'm going to tell you, my wife didn't. Well, number one, she goes, all right. So number one, we've learned to live without you. Very directly, me and the kids, we live without you. We don't. We love you. Thank you for giving us this beautiful house and these cars and purse full of money. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You're not here. You're never here. I do all this shit. And you think the definition of success was you providing for us? Nah, dude. I could have married anybody to provide for us. I thought you were going to be the fucking man. I want a man that I can look up to. I don't fucking look up to you. I want a dad that my kids can admire and fucking look up to and be their hero. That's not fucking you. You know our son likes Incredible Hulk? You don't look like Incredible Hulk. You're fucking missing it, man. You're giving everything to these people. Everything. And you're fucking giving us leftovers. It's not fucking fair. And at that time, ego's coming in. You know, I'm thinking, you don't know where I've come from. You know, like I've had a bad upbringing. You don't know the shit I've been through. Fucking excuses. All lies, stories, all this shit's coming in my head, right? But I'm just listening to her. And then she reaches over and she grabs my fucking love handle. And I remember this. I swear to God. Like, it fucking pissed me off more than anything. She grabbed it because I kind of like turned around and then she like grabbed my love handle and she goes, also, she's like, this isn't the fucking standard that you hold. And dude, I was always in shape and I had to let myself go. And I remember turning around, I go, what? I was like, did you just grab my fucking love handle? Like I'm gonna fight her, right? Yeah. And she's like, yeah, because you've gotten comfortable. And dude, like, I want to fucking kill everybody right now. So before I made a scene, I said, I ain't got time for this. I go into the garage. Number one, I needed to change. I knew that like something had to change because either I was going to change or she was going to leave or something was going to happen or I didn't even know what the fuck was going to happen. I worked out for 3 hours straight in the garage. 3 hours straight. I ain't worked out in the garage in a long time. And I fucking worked out for 3 hours straight. I gave it all I got. I was sweating like a motherfucker. I worked out as hard as I could. No fucking breaks. I'm giving everything I fucking got, dude. It was like trying to make up for 3 years of not working out and a 3 hour workout. Like I believed that like I was going to fucking regain my shit that night. I needed to change. I go look in the mirror. I'm like, I fucking hate me. So I'm like, dude, I got to shave my head. So I never shaved my head before that. I just shaved my fucking head. I was so fucking happy because I needed to see something change right now. Like I needed it now. Like I didn't need it tomorrow. I needed it now. The next morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. I fucking ran an hour straight. I went and fucking worked out. I literally went to work at 5 o'clock. I told my fucking team, you guys better have a big ass fucking night. Don't even let me down. And I'm going home to see my fucking family. Don't fucking call me. Don't text me. I fucking trust you guys. I believe in you. Make it fucking happen. Can you do that? All right. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I better be fucking impressed. Dude, like I started calling the shot. I started getting fucking psycho. I started getting in shape. I started going home to spend time with my family. And then I realized that my wife saw me changing, but then like I wasn't taking her with me. So I told my wife, I was like, hey, I want you to come to the gym with me. I want you to work out with me. I want you to be with me. And she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't like working out. Dude, listen to me. I needed her to go with me. And that's what we did. She went with me. Well, so I was making about $2.5 million. I wanted to explain this to you. I walk into the owner's office because he paged me in there. And he goes, I can't pay you that much money anymore. I'm like, why? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, did I fucking do something wrong? He's like, no, but we just don't pay general managers that much money. I'm like, dude, that's my percentage I get paid. So like if you get paid 2%, just give me an example, whether you put up 1,000, 10,000, a trillion, whatever, it's 2%. Am I right? It's not like 2% up until you make us X amount of money and then we get to keep the rest and you don't get paid anymore. What the fuck? This is sales. It's like, and I remember that was the last, so I hated being betrayed. I've been betrayed my whole life. And I was like, I'm fucking getting betrayed. I've given everything to this guy. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I can't believe this. I go home, I tell my wife, well, number one, I quit. As soon as he told me that, like, if betrayal, like, I'm out. So I quit and I go home to my wife and she's like, you're not going back. We're going to do something else. We have to do something else. He called me back the next day and he goes, hey, come back. I'm going to keep the things the same. They always do that. And she's like, no fucking way. You're not going to go back. We're going to find something else. And that's when we got on YouTube and we saw all those videos that had worked from like 4 years ago. And she's like, why don't we start recording YouTube videos? We'll start a training program. We'll start doing this. And then I was like, oh my God, and then I started watching Tony Robbins and I didn't even know who he was. Then I started watching Ed Milet and I started watching Andy Frisella and I started watching all these people and I start studying and then I buy a $3,000 course and then I start buying all this and I just start studying everybody. And then all of a sudden, dude, I'm working out harder because I'm at home. I'm not making any money, but I'm working out like a motherfucker. I'm training. I'm getting close to my wife. I'm being close to my kids. I'm basically building a new identity. You guys were in school. You built a new identity. Okay. You're like, dude, this ain't going to fucking work. This isn't the road we want to go. I'm so proud of you guys for doing it at a young age. I did it at 39. My point is anybody watching this, if they're fucking 60, if they're 39, if they're fucking 20, everybody can make a choice right now to go down a different road. On that road, you are going to have to work out. On that road, the working out will support you through the struggle and the adversity to keep a good mindset through fucking eating shit. Because you're going to eat shit. and you're going to enjoy it because that's the journey. And then the build is the bitch, and you're going to find something you want to do, and you're either going to help someone else build a badass business, find somebody you trust, or you're going to build your own business. But whatever happens, if you want to do something, it will involve this little journey, what we just went through. And people that suffer as a kid usually kill it as an adult. And people who have it babied as a kid, they usually suffer as an adult. But if you've had good parents as a kid and you've had a great life, dude, go fucking show your parents some love, man, and go fucking do some big shit, you know? So, but I've just learned that usually people that really end up making it are the ones that were really poor. They didn't have anything. So they're just ultra fucking hungry. You know what I'm saying? So if you've had a good life and you're doing something big, like, good job, man, because my kids are fucking very well taken care of. But dude, I tell my kids, I say, hey, do you want me to treat you like a 4, 5, 6-year-old? You want me to teach you like a 13-year-old and feed you ice cream and make you feel good and treat you like a little kid? Or do you want me to give you the cold, hard truth and treat you like the bad ASS that you are? Which one is it? Tell me. Little kid or badass? And they're like, badass, Dad. I'm like, okay. My 7-year-old, my 10-year-old, my 12-year-old. I'm like, you guys tell me. Badass or fucking kid? And they're like, badass. I'm like, okay. You fucking do that shit, and I'm going to whip your ass. You go that way, those people are bad people. You go do that, you're going to regret it. Now, I treat my kids like entrepreneurs. My kids know how to sell. I make my kids get on stage, overcome objections. I make my kids read 20 pages out of a book every day. I make them work out every day. I make them do all that shit because I know that we've treated them so good, and they're not going to be raised as pussies. They're not going to be raised soft, and they're going to be raised lost. You know what I'm saying? Just because they had it well as a kid, they're also going to be militant as shit, and they're going to be little killers and savages, whether they like it or not. And their friends, they don't have to do it. I don't care what your friends have to do. This is the shit that our family does. This is our legacy. This is our blood. This is what we do. I wish my parents would have done that to me. But because I didn't get that, now it's our job to give that to our kids. So you guys are light years ahead of people like me.